everyone. Let's start learning the Chapter 1, How to Register a Chinese Company. In this chapter, I will explain some key points that novice bosses should to pay attention to when registering a company in China. Section 1, choose a company name that sounds well and easy to remember is impressive. In China, the company name is not same as the trademark name. First of all, let me explain. The company name refers to the name of the company we set up, but the trademark name is the name of the brand we create. The company name can be the same as the brand name in many cases. That is the enterprise code part of the company name. For example, Chinese famous company China Guizhou Moutai Wine Factory Co. Lid. Moutai is both the name of the company and the name of the trademark. For example, another famous Chinese company, Guiyang Nanming Laoganma Food Code Altide. Laoganma is both the name of the company and the name of the trademark. First, company names and trademark names are governed by different departments. The company names are governed by the Marketing Supervision Administration. The trademark are governed by the Intellectual Property Office. Second, this company name, it is divided into different combined structures. Two companies with the same name can exist in different industries and regions. For example, the company we mentioned above, Guiyang Nanming Laoganma Food Code Ltd, this company in Guiyang, China. If there is another company named Beijing Laoganma Food Code Ltd in Beijing, this is totally feasible. It is not illegal for companies with the same name to exist in different regions. Now we have a food company with a legitimate name, Beijing Laoganma Food Code Ltd. But can we give another tech company the same name? Absolutely. Now you have a technology company, Beijing Laoganma Technology Code Ltd. However, the name of the company can only be protected within this administrative area. If you want to completely protect this name, you need to apply for a trademark. We will also have a special content about trademarks in the later courses, and I will explain trademarks in detail at that time. The main content of our class is the company name. Now let's talk about the 4 key points about the company name. They are region, name, industry, and organizational form. We get 3 different combinations of names by different arrangements of these 4 points. Let's take a company called Vassor as an example. The full name is Beijing Vassor Technology Company. Limited, this is to put the region name before the company name. Vassor, Beijing Technology Company, Ltd, or Vassor Technology, Beijing Company. Limited, this is to put the region name middle of the company name. And the region name needs to be enclosed in parentheses. In China, the second method is not often used because many people often fill mistakes when entering company names. But some bosses think that adding brackets will make it appear as a national company. In fact, this is a misunderstanding. If you think this is beneficial, then use this structure with caution. Right, the above are 3 common arrangements of company names. Now let's talk about if you want to check whether a Chinese company's name is registered, where can you check it? There are 2 ways. One method is the third-party corporate credit inquiry website commonly used by users. Some of the more well-known websites include Chichacha, Tianyancha. These websites can not only query detailed corporate information, but also the company's credit status, which includes legal risks, business risks, development status, intellectual property rights, historical information, etc. These third-party platforms are actually from a Chinese national official website, the Enterprise Credit Information Publicity System. But the experience of this website is not very smooth. There is another way to find the company name. We can go directly to the official website of the Market Supervision Administration and find the entrance to Enterprise Establishment Registration. When we register, we will choose a name, and the website will automatically tell you whether the name can be registered. This detection method is the most accurate, and we can use this detection method as a reference before named. Now, I can provide you with some references on how to name your company. So, how to come up with a company name that is easy to remember and sounds good? Let me give you some examples. Let's take the names of some major Chinese internet companies as examples. Many Chinese people love poetry and proverbs, so they also quote corresponding words when naming their companies. Such as there is a company in China that provides internet services similar to Google called Baidu. The word Baidu means 100 times in Chinese. There is a poem show that Hundreds and thousands of times I searched for her in the crowd till suddenly I turned, and there she stood in the dim light. The word Baidu comes from this poem, which means searching for answers after many attempts. However, Baidu's main business is an internet search engine, so the name is very meaningful. Then, some company name also uses some colloquialisms to highlight the easy-to-remember name. There is a Chinese colloquialism called a sudden peal of thunder leaves no time to cover the ears. There is a company called Thunder, whose main business is to provide online download services. So, in order to show that the download speed is very fast, the word thunder is very appropriate. Many newly registered companies in China now also use categories or characteristics to name their companies. There is a company in China called Dianping, which means comments in English. The word Dianping is a category word. The core of brand promotion is to occupy the minds of users, so how to better occupy the user's mind? We shouldn't create a new word that users don't understand at all, but find a word that will leave a deep impression in the user's mind. The word should also be associated with the characteristics of your product or service, so it is easier to remember. Sometimes, some company owners will take a different approach and look for some seen features in these categories to name their company. For example, Didi, a Chinese taxi company with a service similar to Uber. This Didi sound simulates the sound of a car honking its horn. When you see a Didi's taxi, you will think of the Didi's sound of a car horn. This makes it very easy to remember. There is a more down-to-earth name. This is a catering delivery company named after the scene characteristics. Are you hungry? By directly asking you, are you hungry, to highlight that this is a catering-related company. The advantage of naming with category word features and word scene features is that it is easy to remember and spread. But there are also some disadvantages if we want to expand into other new categories in the future. The category words and scene feature words in our company name will limit our progress in expanding categories. Didi has now developed into a large-scale comprehensive business company. Its business includes not only taxi hailing, but also community group buying, etc. It would be weird if it was named Didi Community Group Buying. Therefore, Didi can only give this service a new name called Sincere Selection. This name is relatively suitable for the community group buying service business. Another company that also provides community group buying services, Meituan Kita, is doing relatively well in this regard. Meituan's name only has 2 Chinese characters and is not closely related to the scene and category. Therefore, Meituan can cover different businesses in various industries, such as Meituan Taxi and Meituan Fresh. Therefore, there are both advantages and disadvantages in associating the company name with the scene and category. The benefit is that it makes it easier for users to remember you. The disadvantage is that it is more difficult for a company to expand its product categories. There is also a case where the company is named after the company's founder, unless the founder himself is a well-known figure. This situation is bolder. There is a new energy vehicle company in China called Xiaopeng Motors. Is taken from the name of the company's founder, He Xiaopeng. Another car company, Li Auto, was named after its founder, Li Xiang. In the motors industry, many companies are named after their founders. For example, the famous car brand Mercedes-Benz is composed of the names of its 2 founders, Mercedes and Benz. This situation also has both advantages and disadvantages. If the founder is well known, he can serve as an endorsement for his company and set a benchmark for his company. Naming the company after the personal IP can bind the company to the personal IP and increase exposure. These are all advantages, but disadvantages are also inevitable. If the founder's name is not well known or the personal name is not so nice, it would not be a good idea to name the company after the founder. In addition to naming the company after the founder, some bosses will look for some well-known IPs to name the company. For example, some people will find some familiar titles from famous poems or fairy tales to name their company. When Jack Ma founded Alibaba, he wanted to be global. He wanted to find a word that has the same pronunciation in every country in the world to name his company. So he chatted with people from all over the world in a cafe in New York, USA. He was surprised to find that people of different languages pronounced the word Alibaba in almost the same way. So he decided to use the word Alibaba, which comes from the world-famous Arabian fairy tale 1001 Nights, as the name of his company. He is such a smart guy, choosing a word for his company that is well-known and pronounced all over the world. But when you name your company after a well-known IP, you cannot use an IP that still exists in the present to avoid infringement. However, most of the famous IPs in history have been registered by some companies, so there are not many choices, right? These are some common questions about company naming. Thank you for listening.